In this video, we are going to see how to do the recording of transactions for receipt and journal vouchers. In the same way, we are going to see the configuration for two more options, that is general and numeric symbols. Now let's see for the receipt voucher. This voucher is used to record all the receipts into bank or cash accounts. Here I have just taken two transactions. Let's see the first one. Sold goods for rupees 2000. Okay, let's take this is in the form of cash. In this case, debit will be cash account and credit will be the sales account. Okay, coming to the second transaction, interest received of rupees 500. In this case, think that we are receiving from the bank. In that case, bank account will be debit and credit will be the interest received. Okay. Now let's go back to Tally. We are back to Tally right now. Gateway of Tally, transactions, accounting, vouchers. Then right now the receipt voucher is open and the voucher number is 1. Okay. As for the first transaction, sold goods for rupees 2000. In that case, credit will be sales account, right? And debit will be the cash account. Credit sales account is not yet created. We have to go for creation. To create this particular account, it's not required that we have to go back to Gateway of Tally, Masters, Accounts Info, Ledgers. From this window, that is from Accounting Voucher Creation window also, we can go for creating the ledger accounts. To create that one, just press the shortcut key, that will be Alt and C. This will take us to Ledger Creation secondary window. Right now, let's type here Sales Account, alias let it be blank. This will come under the group that will be Sales Account, right? Inventory values are affected. Default is S. This will remain S only for the creation of sales and purchase ledgers. Accept, press Y from the keyboard. Okay, this we are going to skip because we don't have any details regarding about the stock. Okay, amount is 2000. Then debit, this will be cash account 2000. Type the narration, later accept, question mark, press Y from the keyboard. Now let's see the second transaction, that is interest received of rupees 500. In this case, debit will be bank account, credit will be interest received. Interest received account is not yet created. We have to go for creation. Just press here Alt C. Interest received, in short I have written alias blank, then this will be allocated under the group indirect incomes. Just press the starting letter I, then down arrow key, indirect incomes, then accept, question mark, press Y from the keyboard. What's the amount given? 500. Enter debit. This will be bank account 500. Narration. Then accept, press Y from the keyboard. Now let's see for journal voucher. This particular voucher is used for recording non-cash transactions. For example, depreciation, appreciation, provisions, purchase of fixed assets on credit basis, right? All these things will go under the journal voucher. Even all the internal transactions which are relating to a particular entity or firm or a business also will go under this particular voucher. That will be the journal voucher. Now let's see the first transaction. Purchased furniture of rupees 10,000 and machinery of rupees 25,000 from Ramesh on credit. See, this particular transaction is purchase of fixed asset and it is on credit basis. This has to be recorded under the journal voucher. Think that if it is not on credit basis, directly we are paying the cash, we are making the payment to Ramesh and we are purchasing furniture and as well as the machinery. In that case, it has to be recorded under the payment voucher. If it is on credit basis, it has to go under the journal voucher. Purchase of fixed asset, if it is on credit basis, has to go under the journal voucher itself. Now let's go back to tally. Now let's go back to journal voucher. On the right hand side we can see here list of vouchers are provided. Just click on this one, or else we can make use of a shortcut key also. And for journal it is function key F7. Okay. And what will be debit and what will be credit here? Correct. Debit will be furniture account, machinery account, and credit will be what here? That will be Ramesh. Correct. Furniture account, machinery account has to be created here. I'll be creating a separate debit furniture account. So and so the amount, right? Okay, let's go for creating. To create anything, just press here Alt and C. Alt C. Furniture account. Alias will be blank. This will come under the group that will be fixed assets. Then later save, press Y from the keyboard. Okay. What is the amount given? 10,000. Correct. Right. Again credit will come, make it debit. Here we have to go for creating. Alt C to create. Machinery account. This also will come under the category of fixed assets. Accept Y from the keyboard. What is the amount given? 25,000. Right. Then credit will be what? Ramesh account has to be created. Right. Alt C to create. Ramesh account. This will come under the category of sundry creditors. Maintain balances bill by bill. This already I have explained. Default credit period. The period will be mentioned whether it is for 10 days, 15 days, 30 days. That has to be mentioned here. Right. Then details regarding about the Ramesh name, address, state, PIN code, tax information, all these things has to be mentioned. Then accept question mark, press Y from the keyboard. Right, 35,000. Here we can see the secondary window has come down, that is bill wise details for Ramesh account. Coming to the first column, type of reference. In this there are 4 different options are available: on account, new reference, against reference, advance. Right now the selection is for on account. What this indicates here? This is used for any lump sum amount or at the time of interest charged, or it is used when we don't have any idea of any bill wise details. In that case this one will be selected. Coming to the second one, that is new reference. It is used for creating any dues or at the time of sales or purchase, or it is used when we make any purchase or sales entry. And the third option, that is against reference. It is used for adjustment against any existing dues or at the time of cash received, or it is used when we have to pay or receive amount against credit bill. And the last one is of advance. This option is used when we pay or receive amount as advance from or to party. That is for cash received as advance. Right now we will go for selection for on account because we are purchasing fixed assets on credit basis. Okay. On account 35,000, then type the narration, then accept, then press Y from the keyboard. Now let's see the second transaction. Provision of depreciation on furniture of rupees 800 and machinery of rupees 900. In this case, debit will be depreciation and credit will be furniture and machinery. Now let's go back to Tally. Journal voucher, voucher number 2, debit, depreciation account has to be created. To create this one, just press here Alt and C. Alias will be blank and this will come under the group indirect expenses. Just type I, down arrow key. Then accept question mark, press Y from the keyboard. What amount has to be entered? This will be 800 plus 900. The total will be 1700. I just type here 1700. Credit, this will be first one. Furniture account, the amount is what? 800. Credit, then the next one is machinery. Right. The remaining amount will go to the last one, that is machinery account. 900, type the narration, accept question mark, press Y from the keyboard. Now the last transaction for journal voucher is this way. Written off rupees 2000 as bad debt as one of his client left the city and is not likely to pay off. Even bad debts recording, adjustments between two different ledger accounts, or it can be regarding about rectification entries. All these things will go under the journal voucher. Now let's pass this entry in the journal voucher. In this case, debit will be bad debts and credit will be, we have to go for creating debtors account. Okay, let's go for creating bad debts account. Alt C to create. This will come under the category of indirect expenses. Accept question mark, press Y from the keyboard. What's the amount given? 2000. Credit will be debtors account has to be created. Alt C to create. This will come under the category of sundry debtors. Just type starting letter S, down arrow key, sundry debtors. Fill other information regarding about debtors account, that is name, address, date, PIN code, PAN, IT number, sales tax number. Accept question mark, press Y from the keyboard. On account, 2000. Type the narration, mention what has happened, the reason, then press Y from the keyboard. We have seen the recording of both the voucher, that is we have seen for receipt voucher and as well as for journal voucher, but right now we will see the configuration for two more options. Now let's see the configuration. On bottom right hand side we can see here configure function key F12. Just click on this one. Configuration menu. In this we are going to see general and numeric symbols. Okay, let's go for the first one, general. Okay, coming to the first option here, country details. Use accounting terminology of list of countries, and here we have to select for which particular country here. Okay, India, international. Select for India. Coming to the next one, style of names, default appearance of names and reports. Here we have the list, name only name will come, or whether we want name and alias, or whether we want only alias, or whether we want alias then name. Let's go only for name. Okay. Next one, default appearance of stock item names and reports. Here also again we have the listing. Name only is the default one. We can go for the list of parameters here. We can go for alias name, alias only, description and the name, description and the part number, name alias, name description, part number, alias only, part number alias, part number description, part number name, part number only, part number alias. Better we will go either for name only, or even we can go for name and the part number also. Okay. Next one, style of dates here. Okay. Here we have the three different options are available: date, month, year, or we can go for selecting month, date, year, or we can go for year, month, date also. But the default one is what? Date, month, year. Suppose if we have to change, just select for the option. Okay, let it be the default one, date, month, year. To separate each parameter, hyphen is used. We can use the other symbol also, but that symbol has to be provided here. Okay, but right now only hyphen is used. Next one, configuration of numbers. Before I just proceed to the configuration of numbers, here we have seen for style of names. In case of reports, we have just taken here name only, because in most of the cases we have just provided only name. Alias is blank, right? Even in case of stock items we are going to see this one in module 3. There also name only can be used, or we can use name with part number, or name with description can be selected here. Okay, right now let's go back to configuration of numbers. Decimal character to use here, point is used for decimal. Next is regarding about thousands separator to use. Here for thousand separator, the comma is used. The next one, put sign before currency / unit symbols, no is there. If this option is set to S, default is no. If this is set to S, in that case, a negative sign will be placed before the currency symbol. If this option is set to no, default itself is no. In that case, a negative sign will be placed after the currency symbol. Now let's see the next one. Show numbers in millions and not in lakhs. Default is no. If this is set to S, in that case, numbers will be displayed in millions. But by default, this will be displayed in lakhs. And the last one is of other options. In other options, the first one is show monthly reports with graphs. Default is S. In this case, the reports are configured to display graphs in accordance with the numeric information. The graphs will not be displayed in the reports if this is set to no. Okay, but by default is what? It is S. The next one, use separate menu for final accounts statements. Default is no. If this is set to S, a separate menu final accounts will be displayed in gateway of Tally. Under this, balance sheet, profit and loss account, cash flow, funds flow, ratio analysis options will be available. Next one, ignore errors and continue during data import. Default is no. If this is set to S, Tally tries to import data without notifying the user in case of errors. But by default, this option is set to no. The next one, export base currency symbol along with amount. Default is no. Default is no. This provides the export of currency symbol along with the amount into the XML format, that is extensible markup language format. The next one, the last one, show tables with masters only in current language. Default is no. If this is set to S, in that case, Tally displays all the masters in the language selected under the language configuration. I think so all can see the mouse pointer, right? If this option is set to no, in that case, Tally will display the default list of masters in English and in any of the Indian languages selected in the language configuration. Okay, enter, right? This is regarding about the general. Right now, let's see regarding about the numeric symbols. In case of numeric symbols configuration, this option contains selecting symbols for positive, negative numbers as well as symbols for debit and credit amounts. Here we can see positive numbers, symbols for the negative numbers, debit amounts, credit amounts. Here it is already specified. This is the default. Symbol before number prefix plus, default is plus. Symbol after number, it is blank. And for negative, before minus symbol, right, default. Symbol after number, that will be blank. The next one, symbols to use for debit amounts, before it will be blank and after it will be DR will come down, that is debit. Next one, for credit amounts, before it will be blank and after it will be CR. CR indicates here credit. Okay. This is the default configuration for numeric symbols. Usually nobody will change this particular configuration. Whatever it is provided by the Tally, the same thing will be used. That is before and after. That is whether it is for before number or after the number. For positive, negative, debit and credit amounts. Now let's see even configuration for language also. For that we will be back just one step. Press escape to come out. Right. Then once again escape, we will go back to gateway of Tally. just click on language or Alt then L for language. Right, here we will select for Hindi. Right, I think so all can see gateway of tally, balance sheet. Right, again to change go back to Bhasha, then select for English. Right, this completes the configuration also. Right, thank you. Keep watching the videos which are uploaded on the channel. In the next video, we are going to see the recording of transactions for the vouchers, purchase, sales, debit note and credit note.